Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to remove and replace the door speaker on your Chevy Malibu. Let's get to it. So to start the process, we're going to need to remove this door panel. This door panel is held on with a lot of hidden screws and also pull tabs, but we're going to go ahead and walk you through on how to remove this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using a small screwdriver here, and we're going to open this door handle up, and we're just going to pry this little cover away from the door handle here. This little cover is just held on with a little snap clip here. Very simple if you just pull the lever back, and it's going to expose a 10mm bolt right here. Next, what we're going to do is underneath here, we have a little plastic rubber piece that's just going to cover up a couple of torque head screws down there. They look like torque 20s or something similar to that. I'll have to figure that out. But this little cover just needs to pop up, just using a small screwdriver here again, and doing that. Now we're going to take our 10mm here and go ahead and unscrew this. And then we're going to set that 10mm off to the side. Next, using our T25, we're going to go ahead and remove the two little torque screws in here. There we go. Those two torque screws are out of there. Next, going to the end of the door here, we're just going to push in these two pop clips here. Once those two pop clips are pushed in, we can take our clip removal tool and pull them on out. As those are, you can set those off to the side. So now with those pop tabs out, we can go ahead and grab the bottom of this and pull towards us, releasing all the clips. We can also remove this guy right here. So there's a few connectors on the back side of this. Just going to pull each one of them out. There we go. Set that off to the side. And we can pull up on this a little bit more, see where we're at. Just a quick side note, one thing I think I might have done is took this off incorrectly. You'll want to use the torque T25 to remove these two bolts, and this might come with it. I can see that there's a piece of plastic busted here from this little metal piece. So that might have been connected there, and we might needed to remove it this way. So learn from my mistakes, remove those two bolts, and it should come off a little easier. We're just going to pull this all off of one piece. Now with the door panel out here, we go ahead and pop this loose. This is the catch for the door handle. Try that way. Just kind of slid it out from there. And when going back in, it will push in and connect. And you'll put the ball around the handle. And then over here, we can just go ahead and release this. By releasing that lever, and then you can just pull out on the electrical connector, and that releases that. Now with the door panel removed, we can go to use our 7mm here and loosen up this bolt. Now with that bolt removed, we're just going to slide this out and then lift up, and that exposes the harness here. Very simply, just remove the harness connector here and push in on these tabs and pull out. That's going to remove the speaker from the vehicle. You can go ahead and put in your new replacement speaker, whether if it's aftermarket or the same Bose or GM Genuine product. If you need a new speaker, I'm going to have some link down in the description below that you can purchase off my Amazon store. But you might need adapters too if you're looking at swapping to a aftermarket speaker, depending on what you're doing. This hole looks like it has a GM like factory style harness and a GM factory holder that's just holding it in with one bolt here. So just something to keep in mind when you're shopping, but I'll have a link to a couple different options down in the description below. But we're just going to go ahead and tighten this back in, and putting everything back together is just going to be a repeat process in reverse of it coming on out. There you go, nice and tight. Push that in, spin it over, and then for this guy, we're just gonna get the ball in there, and then have that click on in. You hear a nice audible click, and you can go ahead and just test the door handle, make sure that works as it should, and it does. After that, we're just gonna go ahead and put on the prop rod there for the manual door lock, so make sure that doesn't get hidden. And then we can go ahead and start sliding it onto the window area. Trying to make sure this prop rod's staying on here. You can kind of know when it's in the right spot when that lines up there. Make sure you have all your harnesses out. That way you can reconnect that. And then what I like to do next is just kind of tap it all the way around. See what kind of snaps in. Sounds like a few things are snapping in there. A lot of stuff just snapped in, which is great. So then the next thing we're going to do is throw in the 2 tabs over there. Now you do need to reset these tabs, and you just simply do that by pushing them all the way out. And then push this one all the way out. And then they come back to the neutral position. And then just reinsert them back in the hole. Once it's flush, just push it on that tab, and that middle piece will flush up as well. There you go, that's nice and tight now. That's working still. Go ahead and reinstall this guy. Remember, there's 3 total connectors here. Slide it down back in there. You're going to want to push in the front first and then pivot the back down. Put in the 2 torque 25s. You can go ahead and then put on the cover. Just kind of pushes in there. And then with the 10mm here, we can put back in this bolt. And then we can put back in our cover by opening up the door handle here a little bit, finding its spot in the back, and then just pushing it in. There we go, I heard that click. And the door panel is now back on completely. Everything works as it should. So that's awesome. So that's gonna be it for this video. If this video helped you out at all, please make sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel. Also check out the Amazon links I mentioned down in the description below, and check out my other videos. I got quite a few out there for this Malibu. But until next time, thanks for watching, and see you later.